Legal. Joining me now from South Carolina, Democratic Senate candidate Jamie Harrison, who is challenging incumbent Senator Lindsey Graham for his seat. Jamie, it's good to see you again. Your reaction to that, the president suggesting that people vote twice?
Well, listen, Andrea, you said it. Voting twice is illegal. And I think we just have to say this. It's irresponsible for any public leader to so casually try to undermine the confidence in our elections. We can't have that. What we need to right now is all leaders, Democrats and Republicans alike, to come together to make sure that voting is safe in this country. That's what we really need. And it's sad because, you got folks like Attorney General Barr, you have folks like Senator Graham on this issue have been talking out of both sides of their mouths when they need to join our efforts to really make sure that folks understand that voting is safe. Voting, we need folks to go and vote. And yes, in the end of the day, here in South Carolina, I would love for folks to vote for me. But the most important thing is people just need to vote, exercise their rights, choose the leaders that they believe reflect their values. And that's what's important right now. And that's what we need our leaders to express each and every day as they go out and talk to the voters.
Now, I want to point out the president walked it back, or tried to, in a tweet today, in part saying, in order for you to make sure your vote counts and is counted, sign and mail in your ballot as early as possible on Election Day or early voting. Go to your polling place to see whether or not your mail-in vote has been tabulated. If it has, you will not be able to vote, and the mail-in system work properly. If it has not been counted, then you can vote. I mean, it's all convoluted, but in many states, they actually check the mail-in ballot against the voting rolls, make sure that you haven't already voted. And when they tabulate the mail-in votes, they also check against the voting rolls to make sure you haven't in-person voted. So there are checks that are done. Jamie, you've been in a long shot, at least at first, against the veteran Republican in a Republican state, obviously an all-red state, Lindsey Graham in South Carolina. The last Quinnipiac poll was a month ago, and you had him tied in that poll. Do you have any internal campaign polls since showing how you're doing?
Yes, Andrew, we're doing extremely well. We just announced, I think, at the end of August that we raised a record well over $10 million just in August alone. I can tell you on the ground here, I've been doing campaigns since I was 16 years old here in South Carolina. And I have never seen the type of energy on the ground that I'm seeing right now in South Carolina. People are so excited and they're hopeful. We've had a Senator Lindsey Graham who's been here for 25 years in Washington, D.C. And Lindsey was someone that many of us here in South Carolina used to respect. And we used to had high hopes for him because we thought he was a statesman. But what we have come to realize is that this guy is only in it for himself. He's only about his own political relevance and his political power. And he's not addressing the issues that people are really concerned about. We need a senator that's going to fight for all of South Carolina and not fight against it. And right now we have someone in Lindsey Graham who's been doing just that. And so this movement has been amazing. I'm looking forward to November. Because we've been doing this for a while, but it's so amazing to see so many people who have lost all sense of hope gain hope because of our campaign.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.